Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Dallin Anderson. Today we are going to be talking about just keep swimming. So this principle is super useful when you're starting a business or any goal that you have set in your life. Maybe you're making a nonprofit, maybe you're starting a business, maybe you just have a simple goal, like you want to be able to run a marathon. So let's talk about the principle of just keep swimming and how this applies to our goals. So normally we do 3 primary categories, and then we have subcategories. But today we're just going to focus on our primary category, which is only 1 category. So our primary category, we don't have more than 1 today, is just momentum. So, the reason we just keep swimming is because of momentum, right? If we stand still, we start to lose progress. And in fact, nothing stands still. So you're either making progress or you're not. So if you're trying to get towards your goals and you don't have any momentum, well, you're probably not ever going to get there. Right? You're either going to go away from your goals, or if you're not going towards your goals, you're going away from them, right? There's really only 2 directions you can go. So momentum is super powerful for achieving your goals. It's extremely powerful and really helpful. So under our primary category of momentum, we have multiple subcategories. So let's talk about each one of those individually. So momentum is something that's required to achieve any goal. If you have a goal in mind, you're going to need to be able to build momentum to get there. Otherwise, you're just going to either think that you're standing still even though you're not, or you're going to realize that you're backtracking, that you're not making progress. Right? Because like I said, you really can't stand still. You're either going toward the direction you want to go or away from it. So you got to ask yourself, what direction am I going? So yeah, momentum is super powerful. So under momentum, we have direction. So you can't really build momentum without direction. You know, in order for an object to move, it has to have direction, right? I've got this little cap to my marker here. If I want this to have momentum, I have to throw it in a specific direction. Then it can have momentum in that direction. So really, you have to have a direction to build momentum. And in order to have a direction, you just have to ask yourself where you want to go. A lot of people don't even know where they're going. They're just hoping that life takes them where they want to go. So you got to have direction to build momentum. And a direction is also something a lot of people, like I said, they don't have it. A lot of people in today's world, they want direction, they want a goal, but they don't have one. They don't know what they really want. They change it all the time. And because of that, they're not able to make any progress on that goal. So you need direction. You also need consistency, right? Because there's going to be days when your body says no. When your body is telling you to stay in bed. When your body is telling you you can't do it. And it's a lie. So developing consistency helps you realize that all of those things are illusions, right? It's an illusion that you can't do what you need to do for the day. That's just your mindset. Maybe you can't do more than your capacity. Nobody can do more than their capacity, but you can get done what you need to do done. You can make progress. If you are consistent and you have the right mindset, then you can keep going even on those days where you're like, wow, I want motivation. Well, guess what? People that are successful don't depend on motivation. They depend on discipline. People that are successful are self-disciplined. That's where they get their self-motivation, is from discipline. It's not from a feeling that they have. That feeling that they have does happen, right? They create internal motivation through habit. So you do experience the feeling of being motivated, but there's days when you don't have it. There's days where it's not in the same degree that you normally would have it. So highly successful people don't depend on motivation as a feeling, they depend on self-discipline. They're self-disciplined. That's their motivation. They stay true to their plan, right? What they told themselves they would do. Their word is their bond, not only to themselves, but to other people as well. So don't rely on the feeling of motivation, rely on self-discipline. That's what brilliant people do. Because no person on earth feels motivated every single day. Right? That'd be crazy. So you got to rely on consistency and self-discipline to build momentum in the direction that you want to go. Okay? The other thing is effectiveness. Because we have this idea that if we're just doing something, that we're automatically doing a good job. And that's not true, right? You need to be effective at what you're doing. You can't just do something, you have to do a good job at it. So you can have direction, you can have consistency, and you can have momentum, but without having good quality work or effectiveness, if you're not creating good quality stuff, then you're going to build momentum and consistency in a direction that isn't helpful, right? So you got to have effectiveness. What you're doing has to be valuable, of a high quality, has to be useful to other people. And then you're going to build momentum and consistency in a direction that you can actually get behind. You can actually believe in it. You can say, you know what? I'm doing a good quality of work. This is really helping people. But if you're not doing a good quality of work, you're really going to hurt yourself, right? You could build direction and momentum and consistency, but if your quality of work is low, you might actually create anti-momentum and start going in the opposite direction that you want to go, right? Because every action has an equal or opposite reaction. So you have to create momentum in the direction you want to go, but it also has to be a good quality of work, right? You have to believe in what you're doing. And not only believe in it, but also the quality of what you do has to be good. You can't just be screaming, I believe in myself, and then the quality of work that you create is of a low grade. You have to believe in yourself and do a good job. So effectiveness is super important. You can't just have a direction. You have to be good at what you do, which takes time. So be patient with yourself as you build new habits, as you learn how to be the person you want to be, and create a good quality of work in whatever you're doing. Because it's going to take time to increase your effectiveness and your quality of work. So be patient with yourself. But without a good quality of work, all that direction, all that time, all that momentum isn't serving you. So you have to have a good quality of work. The other thing is your attitude, right? So attitude is probably one of the most powerful things of life. I know it sounds silly, but it really is. Attitude is so powerful. If you have a good attitude, it's contagious, it's attractive to people. right? People want to be around people that have good attitudes about themselves and others. So having a good attitude is going to help you just keep swimming, because on those days where you want to have a bad feeling towards somebody else, or those days where you want to have a bad attitude towards yourself, you're able to say, you know what? A shift in attitude can change my results. I'm going to get a certain result if I have a bad attitude about this. If I have a good attitude, I'm going to get a better result. So it's all inside of us and the mindset that we take when we approach doing things that can change the results that are created. So an attitude can infuse life into what you're doing. It can infuse power into what you're doing and take you to a level of quality in your work effectiveness that you never could have had before, right? Your effectiveness, your quality of work will increase in proportion to your good attitude. So yeah, have a good attitude. I've heard it said that a bad attitude is as infectious as the common cold. Stay away from people with bad attitudes. You just don't have time for it, right? Like a doctor, he doesn't go around getting sick. He tries to keep himself healthy and clean, right? He uses gloves when he's working on sick people. The same is true for us. We can't expose ourselves to bad attitudes and then expect ourselves to have a good attitude. Also, we can't have a bad attitude towards other people and expect them to have a good attitude towards us, right? So through the control of our attitude, through controlling our attitude towards ourselves and others, we change the results that we get in our lives significantly. So it's really crazy. It seems so simple, but it's so powerful, so true. So attitude, really staying around people with good attitudes, keep the best attitude and mindset you can yourself, and really be thankful for everything, right? Be thankful for the good, be thankful for the bad. And I'm not saying try to manufacture some false emotion, right? Don't try to create gratitude when you're not feeling it. But if you're not feeling grateful, then you can start naming the things you're thankful for, and you might just fall into a state of gratitude, but you don't want to try to force that state. You might get more frustrated with yourself, but start being thankful for things. It's powerful. It will change your life. So yeah. And then the other thing with just keep swimming is determination, right? You need to be determined. I'm talking about willingness to do what you have set your mind on, right? You have set your mind on a goal. And like I said, there's days where your mindset, even your attitude, might not be as good as other days, where you'll have to work on it. So determination, just like how self-discipline carries you through those days where you're not motivated, determination carries you through those days where you're not motivated as well. If you're determined, if you've set your mind, if you've made a commitment to yourself, if you've made a promise to yourself, that can carry you through, right? That can carry you through those days where it's harder, where you want to give up, where you're not feeling the same level of exhilaration in what you're doing, right? But you're gonna get that back. You're gonna get that feeling back. And you're gonna have that peace and that poise and that perfect confidence will come back. If you can push through that period where it feels like it's not there. And one of the ways you do that is determination. You need to be determined to get what you set your mind on, and you will. So it's super powerful to be determined towards your goals. The other thing is bit by bit. So we have this idea in our minds that it's all going to happen at once, right? That we're going to be perfect at what we do, that we're going to have all this knowledge, right, really quickly, that we're going to have all the answers to our problems really fast. And the reality of the matter is that life is day by day, moment by moment, second by second, and bit by bit. So you learn as you go. You grow as you grow, right? You grow as you go. So if you want to grow in knowledge, then be patient. Understand it takes bit by bit. You're not going to get it all at once. And over time, you will get more, right? Especially if you're patient and you accept what you already have. So be grateful for those little bits of truth, those little moments where you make progress or where you see the fruition of your goals, of your mindset, right? Stay focused on all of those little moments where good things are happening, where you're experiencing growth, where you're learning new things. And bit by bit, you'll get more and more, right? You're going to grow as you go, bit by bit. But not if you expect it all at once, right? You need to be thankful for the little steps in the right direction, where you feel progress, where you gain knowledge, where you make progress. Be grateful for that, even if it's just a little teeny bit, right? Because life is bit by bit, and little things turn into big things. So it's okay to learn as you go, to be patient, to understand you're not going to get it all at once. Okay? Bigger things will be revealed to you as you go. The last thing is journey. So a lot of times people want to be at their destination. Now, the other mistake people make is only focusing on the journey. So there's kind of two people in this world. One person will tell you life is all about the journey. Another person will tell you, well, life is about goals. Life is about the destination. The truth is in the middle, right? Life is about the journey and the destination. It's not only about your goal, and it's not only about the experience of getting to your goal, it's about both, right? So what you need to do is understand that every day you just need to keep swimming. Trust the process. Enjoy the journey, but also have a goal, be determined, right? Have an attitude, be consistent, have a direction. So you're not just going with the flow and just hoping life works out. You need to be focused on the journey, it's true, because that's presence to the moment, right? That presence is what brings life into what you're doing. And it's going to make it more enjoyable for you to be present to the moment as well. So you need to be focused on the journey, right? You need to enjoy the journey. But if you're so focused on only the journey that you forget about the destination, if you start laying aside your values, if you stop consistently working towards your goals, well, you're kind of screwing up, right? So make it about the journey, yes. So you can just keep swimming, because it's going to help you just keep swimming when you're doing it present to the moment like that. But don't only do it for the journey, right? Life is about your goal too. It's not only about the journey. The truth is in the middle. It's about both your journey and your destination. So yeah, I know today's video was a little bit shorter, right? But just keep swimming is such a powerful principle, you know? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Shout out to Finding Nemo if you've ever seen Finding Nemo before. But it is so true. Dory is right. Just keep swimming. Dory knows what she's talking about. And momentum is how you're going to do that. And how do you get momentum? Well, you need direction, you need consistency, you need effectiveness, you need a good attitude, you need determination, you need to go bit by bit, and you need to enjoy the journey. But don't forget about your goals, right? These are in a specific order for a reason. You have to have direction, consistency, and effectiveness. Otherwise, the journey can take you away from those things. So yeah, just keep swimming, you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. And as always, peace be unto you.